Have you ever wondered how Satan works to undermine the faith of Christians? What if you could see the battlefield of this spiritual warfare? Today, we're diving into the realm of spiritual warfare, exploring how understanding Satan's tactics is crucial for every believer. Satan often uses subtle strategies to weaken our faith, introducing doubt, fear, and spiritual apathy into our lives. Recognizing these tactics is the first step in countering them. But there's power in persistent prayer. Let's look at biblical examples like Daniel, who persisted in prayer despite facing lions, and how his faith was rewarded. Daniel, a Jew, was among the captives taken from Jerusalem to Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar. He was distinguished for his integrity and skill in administrative tasks, which led him to gain favor both under Nebuchadnezzar and his successor, Darius the Mede. Daniel's excellence stirred jealousy among other officials in the kingdom. They sought to find grounds for charges against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could not because he was trustworthy and diligent. Realizing that the only way to bring charges against him would be concerning the lore of his God, they devised a plan. These officials tricked King Darius into signing a decree that for 30 days, any person who prayed to any god or human being, except to the king, would be thrown into the lion's den. Daniel, aware of the decree, did not alter his practice. He continued to pray 3 times a day, giving thanks to God with his windows open toward Jerusalem. When these men caught Daniel praying and petitioning God, they brought it before the king. Despite Darius's favor toward Daniel, the decree was irrevocable under the laws of the Medes and Persians. Reluctantly, Darius ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den, but said to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet ring and the rings of his nobles, so that Daniel's situation might not be altered. Darius then returned to his palace and spent a sleepless night fasting, without any entertainment. At the first light of dawn, the king hurried to the lion's den. He called out to Daniel, hoping that Daniel's God had saved him. Daniel answered, declaring that God had sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions because Daniel was found innocent in God's sight, and also in Darius's sight, since he had done no wrong before him. Darius was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be lifted from the den. No wound was found on him because he had trusted in his God. At the king's command, the men who had falsely accused Daniel were thrown into the lion's den along with their families, and they were devoured before they even hit the floor. Darius then made a new decree that in every part of his kingdom, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. Daniel continued to prosper during the reign of Darius and into the reign of Cyrus the Persian. Themes and lessons. The story highlights the themes of faith, deliverance, and divine justice. Daniel's persistence in prayer, despite knowing the risks, underscores his deep faith and commitment to God. The narrative also explores the theme of retributive justice, as those who plotted against Daniel faced the very fate they intended for him. This story is often used to teach the power of faith and the importance of being faithful under trials, as well as God's protective care over those who are faithful. The key insight here is that consistent prayer and engagement in spiritual warfare can indeed thwart the devil's schemes, fortifying our faith and deepening our relationship with God. The battle is real, and so is the victory. Staying vigilant in prayer is not just a defense. It's a pathway to spiritual strength and peace. Have you faced spiritual battles? Share your experiences in the comments below. For more on growing spiritually, check out our video on prayer and spiritual growth.